picks it up.
No, we'll just take the one.
Hit, and a run scores from third. Avila smacks an RBI.
Go!
The middle delivery. Drives it deep. And the run scores from third. And that'll be a base hit.
How did you not advance?
That's on another run. The run comes in from
What?
second.
I got that.
Smacks an RBI single. Hits one high in the zone. It lands in shallow right field. The leadoff batter is allowed to reach base.
How did I not catch that?
And the batter was all over there. Does well to lay off that one for a ball.
Oh, come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. That should have been great.
His fourth pitch here. He grounded out to the pitcher. Blasted back. Hits the ball. Takes
all right, well, we're going 13.
He's out at first. That'll do it for him.
Oh, it's Deers. I thought it said Beers. Tomorrow's the big day here. I don't know if you guys saw. You have Team USA getting their ass handed to them by the Italians in baseball.
Hits this one. He catches it in foul ground.
All right, we got the out. Let's go.
Oh,
go!
Down the right field line. Back, right field line. That's a fair ball. And he rounds first. And got him looking to keep the
are you kidding me?
They can't
That
capitalize.
was a stone cold dot right there.
Strikeouts to take them down and keep the score at 0-0. Canada.
It's a fun alternative.
That's
what are you doing tonight?
Everyone has their limits, and with nearly 100 pitches.
Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It is
Super kick!
Let go! Let go!
Third! Let go!
Super kick party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Yes! This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Barely, she's back.
Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Wednesday Night Dynamite Sidecast here with your host, Mike the Ref. Always a great time to see you all, and we're going to have a lot of fun here tonight. We are continuing on. I guess I forgot I had to add this in here. Got this. I'm not used to putting myself over. We're doing the whole celebrate 15 years as a creator thing going on. Once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. It's been a fun couple days here. We're getting ready for an absolutely huge pay-per-view. The first pay-per-view of 2026 for AEW, and it feels weird to actually say that because, well, so many good matches have gone on already. It almost feels like we've had like 4 or 5 or 6 pay-per-views already. I forgot. I got to get the beat. See, I'm so out of it. It's my first day of holidays, so just trying to get things back in order here. For those watching over on Twitch here, we do have the preview of what's going on tonight after AEW Dynamite with our BPW Madness show, Wall Games. It will be hosted live over on that side of the channel. And then the VOD will be going up on the gaming channel on Friday because, well, frankly, we have a pay-per-view on Saturday. During the show tonight, we will announce the final match on the card, give you the full rundown of the entire card as we go along. And, yeah, we're going to be humming right along here. So let's... I love how I shut down a conversation really good. Let's go. Da, 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 da. I think that the highlight tonight, well, for us at least, it's going to be Willow and Persephone, right? Stream elements, bot not running. Ah, goody. Hey, PJC, how you doing? And yeah, definitely, let's go Canada. Absolutely ripped it tonight or today, taking out the Cubans. A lot more dominant than I thought it would be, to be honest. I thought the game would be a lot closer, but it seems like Canada got in Cuba's head and then just ripped it apart. Got that early lead and then just kept getting the opportune, whether it be a strikeout or some other play that they needed to get an out right when they needed it, just to keep things going. And now there's an opportunity in a world where Canada advances to the World Baseball Classic semifinals and the Americans don't. Yeah, Quantrill and Paxton basically, well, Quantrill right now is in the Texas organization looking for a job. So it looks like they might actually have been able to, he might actually be able to work out a job out of this, hopefully. And, well, Paxton just wanted to be there, so I would almost have appreciated personally if they would have pitched him one more pitch, because then he could have his 4 days off. We wouldn't have to worry about him as much, but he did the job today, so that's the thing that impresses me the most, the fact that he just stepped up when he could. Wonder if Paxton could say he looks for a big league. From what I heard, he doesn't want it. He just wanted to go out to the farm and said, call me when you need me. They needed him, they called him. So who knows? If he gets a contract, I'm sure he's not going to turn that money down. Even if it is like a minor league deal or whatever. I don't think you'd really sign a guy like Paxton to go work at a AA unless you want him to teach more to the youngins when it comes to what's going on. So, but yeah, and the hitter stepped up. Toro hit a home run that I think is still going right now. That thing was an absolute bomb. And the guys just, once again, key hits, key mistakes. Like there were 3 pass balls and 5 errors between even Julia got on a base a couple times. Yeah, in the 9 hole. I saw that post on Blue Sky that you put about him being in the hole like that. Oh, it looks like Wisebot decided to wake up finally. Thank you, Wisebot. We had the same kind of glitch that we had on Meld. We had it back here again. So it's been a little interesting dealing with the show dropping immediately for a few seconds, then just coming back up again. Just making sure everything's going well here. So, but yeah, tonight we're getting Fletcher versus Bailey, which I assume is probably going to be our main event. We also are getting, what is it? Them Bucks against FTR and FTR and Ciampa, which that's gonna go well. It would almost be funny to see Gargano's contract run out, so he shows up tonight. They say Tony Khan put out one of those cryptic, this is one of those can't miss nights. So he's got something cooking. Because you don't want to throw all your eggs into a pay-per-view because, well, frankly, Tony's got everything already lined up for a pay-per-view. He doesn't have to worry about it a whole lot. Because if he's already got your money, you're going to get a few surprises guaranteed, but either way, and the other match I'm really looking forward to, Willow Nightingale taking out Persephone for the TBS title. Could there be a possibility that the TBS title switches hands? where Willow is now just the tag champ and that's it. Like, it's always great to have multiple titles on yourself, but if you could stick to singles titles for everybody, or a single title for everybody, it would actually work out, I think, a lot better in terms of, getting your titles defended on a more regular basis. I think we figured that out in my GM, so. But yeah, let me get rid of the show ad here so we can get you guys back on here. I'm going to have to fix... Okay, so I'll fix that later. Just see little things I got to fix up here, but... Once again, everybody, thank you for popping in as we're getting to the start of the show now. San Jose Civic Center. Can we imagine somebody else from San Jose showing up? It ain't happening, She has an Intercontinental title match coming up against AJ Lee next week, so... Riccaboni's on the call tonight. Let's go. And yeah, this Fletcher Bailey match is going to be amazing. Like, Fletcher's showing up. We're getting 5-star match. Isn't that the way it works? You can hear the pop for that match. Well, of course we're going to have Moxley opening the show. Isn't that the way it works? Moxley shows up, we have a match. Hello, Mr. Zodiac. How you doing? Mr. 15-year guy. Well, you know what? If you don't put it out there, people don't know. And if people don't know, they ain't going to say much, right? So, trying to get a little bit of notoriety around here. And, I love that they're literally starting outside the building. Thank you, kind sir. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's here tonight. 15 years is a long time. Like when I started doing wrestling commentary, because originally that's what it was. It was a college show, a live college show that we did 90 minutes, internet radio. The first 45 minutes was CFL. The last 45 was WWE. Back then, the feud that was on was CM Punk versus John Cena. That's basically what I started. That's how long ago it was. I just find it funny how much they're pressing this no time limit thing on Moxley here. Like, it's more putting over the rule for the title than it is putting over the match. Because literally, if you told them that was going to be the Continental title, you just say, we're having this match. So if you guys weren't around on Saturday and didn't see what happened, Takeshita was taking out Claudio. And after the match, Hichisero attacked Moxley, even though Takeshita didn't want him to. Then it just basically broke down into a big brouhaha. Hichisero doesn't have his, dubstep music anymore. This Sunday's gonna slap. this Sunday's going to be a lot of fun. With everything going on Sunday, which match are you guys looking forward to the most? Hey, Homer, how you doing? No soy hechicero. Yeah, speaking of which, where is Don Meaty Boy Callis? Do you want to get booed out of the building or what? So yeah, they are showing a little bit of the preview of what happened on Saturday. Like, it's so funny. Mox and Takeshita just want to have a great match, and they want to prove who's better. Hechicero just wanted to start shit. And Claudio, well, me big strong man, me destroy people. Hey, have a little respect for CMLL here. That's what Claudio's trying to say. Claudio just straight going for the foot. Now, I am just so looking forward to this week of wrestling, right? Like what we got this tonight. We got Collision on Saturday. We got BPW Revolution on Saturday. Don't forget that. Or BPW Arrival, sorry. We got so many things going on here. And then Sunday we got Revolution. I guess there is WWE as well, but we'll see how things go there. Hey, Bray, good to see you. And Michael, good to see you as well. Thanks for popping in here tonight. No, it should be a good night of wrestling. Like, Tony Khan normally puts something out to say things are what's going on. Tonight he said just don't miss tonight. So either A, he doesn't have anything extra that he's able to book right now or somebody canceled, or B, he's got something up his sleeve for tonight. I know a Wildest Dreams thing would be having Gargano show up, but I don't think it's going to happen. Claudio back down on his feet, roll through. Right into a leg lock. And now both knees are like, no, I do not want to move right now. I love how Hechicero's being left hanging right now. They're not even going to fool around. Let's just get this going. Bray, we were talking about this last week. By the way, thanks for, the instant replay here. They did the same thing to a lot of talents, so let's not go too crazy about it. Yes, it happened. Yes, a little bit of disappointment, but you know what? It's all about what you do with it, right? The job they were looking to do is really put over the Brawling Birds. And it happened. And thank you for the extra information. Yeah, we were all here. We were talking about it last week, and like I said, if they're going to come in and as long as they do something with them to put them in a better position, I don't mind it. Because while we were talking about Harley Cameron, how many years did she get worked over before getting to move on? Hey, Nats, how you doing tonight? Good to see you here. Good to see everybody here. Everybody filing in here. I know it's a little bit of a crazy week, the beginning of March. And congratulations on your debut tonight, coming up during Backbreaker, your real debut, as your doppelganger has been subsequently fired. So should I take you out of the War Games match? Sometimes you want to do the job, you got to do the job. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'd rather them do that than do what, I got to laugh when I saw the post with Nixon Newell putting out that she's available for bookings this year. And I instantly thought, you know what? You would have so many bookings right now if you just would have played it smart for a couple weeks, even if you didn't want to do certain storylines again. That's like an ultimate what if, right? But no, seriously, Nats, I hope your arm's okay. Like, I know you screwed up your arm a bit. Hopefully you take a little ice, take a little care, get treatment if you need it. Because you're definitely going to need your fingers because, this week's going to be a very busy week for you if you're a gamer. 2K26 comes out in real on Friday, as well as MLB The Show 26. And then we got Alex and Street Fighter 6 coming out on Tuesday. And, yeah, well, we're going to have to get into that as well. If Newell had more humility, she'd be employed? Absolutely. You got to learn how to deal with situations properly. You can get out of them. You just need to be smart about it. Fell in the shower, fell through a bench that... oh, God. Yeah, get it looked at, my friend. As long as you got it taken care of and you got the proper treatment going, so... oh, this is... oh... You got to know that Claudio's going to be the one getting beaten up tonight, or Inchacero's the one going to get beaten up for the most part out of these four. So Ricochet's going to be defending, if you guys didn't hear on Saturday, Ricochet's going to be defending the national title in a 21-man battle royal during the pre-show. Dragon screw into the ropes. Oh my God, a Moxley elbow. That's an Ambrose elbow, isn't it? Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to get title matches and back-to-back matches, Bray. Between Persephone and Willow and Kyle Fletcher and Bailey. I swear to God, Bray, I need to get you like a news ticker for the bottom of the screen. You remind me of Cheers with Cliff Clavin. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You just know every little extra bit of information when it comes to this, and I appreciate that. I'm more excited about what's going to be happening on Sunday. I almost don't even want to think about Fresno at this point. Because what? They're finishing up the rest of March over in the Northwest. I think Minnesota's one of the upcoming stops as well before they head up to Canada. Because April 1st, there's a double taping at Winnipeg. April 8th, there's a double taping at Edmonton. And then you get Dynasty over in Vancouver, right? Oh, God. Here we go. Right into the crossface. Nice to see Danielson back to talk these counters on counters, right? Flipped over onto the ropes. Oh, he was going to try and go for Gotch style, but he doesn't have the strength for it. And Moxley's dead. Mox forget what quarter he's in. So the other big news that we've gotten this week is now you have My AEW available for international subscribers outside of North America. Sort of. For the record, you could actually buy the pay-per-view over on My AEW if you're in Canada as well. Well, if you're outside of the North America, you're getting you get all ROH, all AEW, all the pay-per-views, and all the catalog for $130 for the year, US. So personally, I think it's a hell of a deal for everybody internationally. In Canada, all we do is get the option to buy the pay-per-view off of it. And I'm certain the States gets the same thing as well. I think it's basically programmed to switch out from Fight TV, because Fight TV International, aka Triller, apparently they're in bad spirits with each other, so, or maybe TK's buying them out, I don't know. This is the move Hechicero put on Moxley last week. But yeah, Bray, good for Danhausen. I don't know what else to tell you. He gets segments on TV, he gets over. It's all the same. It's not better reactions, it's the same reactions. He gets over wherever he is when he's used properly. He just never got used. Hook moved on to a different scenario, so that storyline ended, and then he just moved on. Do I think TK should have done better for him? Absolutely. I'm happy for his success. You would think it'd be Moxley getting the pin on Hechicero here, but it wouldn't surprise me one little bit if Hechicero gets the pin on Claudio. Just sets up that extra title match, right? Because that CML world title is still around Claudio's waist. I do believe. Well, that sucked. Heel Claudio, attaboy. Heel Claudio gets the victory. Let's go. Cheap as hell. Still gets the win. Hey, Walker, thank you. Appreciate you. Hope everything's going well for you up north right now. Oh, there's Callis. One thing about TK is Laura's making sightings based on the product's identity. AEW Stanley had a streak of just signing anyone with a following. That's fair. In many ways, they're doing that still, but I think they're allotting them better. Oh, here we go. Just trying to play a racing game with some friends as I got home. It was not installing my console at 6 hours. Camp Wi-Fi be like, yeah. Where you played Sonic Racing, trying to play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds? I'm assuming that's what that's what would be so big for that. Archie did say everybody dies. Gender was not specified. That's fair. Oh, Disney Speedstorm. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. We get it's to be determined, to be honest, Bray, when it comes to my GM. We wrapped up 2K25s with our Week 15 last Saturday of Season 3. We might be changing up the gear, how it's going. But we're definitely going to get Backbreaker Wrestling coming up here. Season 2 will start eventually once they get the wrestlers put together. Because I do want to put it on 26, but we are going to have, it doesn't instantly download the characters. So tonight will be our, oh, here we go. Face-face matchup. This will always be fun. All right, they're having a friendly budding rivalry here, which ain't bad. Yeah, being able to transfer characters up a game would make things so much nicer. It just give us a worry that things need to be changed. Yeah, it would be nice. Oh, we're getting Fletcher and Bailey. They must be doing the press conference to end the night, which is, well, you're ending your main show on the world title match, which I understand, but that segment's going to be absolute balls. And not the good kind of balls that, you bounce around, you shoot. And not the kind that claim that they're going to win the tag titles on Saturday. But, yeah, Fletcher and Bailey right now, unless they're going to do the women's as like the de facto main, I won't hurt that at all. But yeah, in terms of what we're going to be doing on 26. We definitely are going to be doing Backbreaker Wrestling. That's coming back. We're going to have, it looks like as long as everything goes well, we will have 2 shows a week. I do want to make sure that I get both arenas set up, and then we'll probably do it the same way I'm doing it now, just booking the shows and trying to give a bit of a story about what's going on between them. We might eventually do Bray, you watched a little bit too much WWE, my friend. To be honest. Because at AEW, yeah, some could go squirrely, but most of them actually, on those standards of chaos, they usually don't turn out that bad. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind a little bit of squirrely, but I'm not counting on it at this point. But, yeah, in terms of Backbreaker, like I said, we're going to have 2 different... I would like to have a way of having 2 separate rosters as we go as well. There might be a possibility we could throw everything in the universe mode, but listening to what everybody's giving me for feedback on what they want to see, more of the comments I've been receiving are more towards the, you want me to book and not worry about what... If my universe, I do believe they book for you no matter what. So I think they would rather have it where I book everything instead. Trust me, it'd be a lot easier for me as let it go and run. But well, I haven't done enough my universe to really understand what's going on with it. So I might try work a little bit offline with it just to see how it works and then maybe go from there. And if it fits in for us, we might do a season 3 there. So. But yeah, we're also going to get some MLB The Show. We're starting on Friday. Friday morning, I have to go to GameStop here in town and go pick up my copy of 2K. And then we'll be back to play MLB. I love this.
Hey, Don. You should probably teach your guys how to speak to the world champion.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Tell me we're not working if that's all. With him? What, do I look crazy to you, Kyle? Come on.
Well, you do have a Gorbachev splotch on your head. Hey, Mr. Vic, how you doing tonight? Good to see you here. And yeah, we're doing great. We had a nice match to start off. It was Mox and Claudio defeating Hechicero and Takeshita with a very weird ending. It was literally an eye poke into a Lost in the Woods, a.k.a. small package. I think the biggest story out of it at the end was the fact that Takeshita didn't want to use a chair on Moxley. So no Kenny Okada yet. We're not getting that tonight. Right now we're getting Bailey and Fletcher. It's going to be Persephone and Willow. More than likely in the de facto main event spot. Main event's probably going to be the press conference between MJF and Hangman. Oh, you're watching the Dominicans. Shout out to Team Canada once again. And let's go Team Mexico. Not too much, but enough just enough to win. Maybe like a 3-1 win. 3-1, no more than 4-1. If they do more than 4-1, I don't want Mexico to win then. Puerto Rico was hot. Was. And then, yeah. Sorry, Vic. I had to bring it up because, if it ends up being like a 4-1 or a 3-1 or a 3-2, want Mexico to win 4 to anything. No, if it ends up being 4 something, then that means the States is out. Out! Italy's up 5-0. Damn it. You know what that means? You know what that means, Nats, if Italy blows out Mexico? I do believe in that case it ends up being... I think it's USA 2, which means Canada and US will play the first game of the second round. It's either going to be Italy or... Italy or the States. So if Italy's got 5 runs, they're automatically, the States are in already. So unless they go into extra innings. Y'all could have baseball. We took hockey. Well, there you go. There's the fine trade-off, right? We just want to let the Kachuk brothers know after, the Canadians win. Can I say I absolutely love Kyle Fletcher's new gear? The purple gear. Oh, and Fletcher gets caught already. But how's everybody's week's been? Because, it's been a little crazy. I know things are a little bit nuts all around. It's that second week of March. We're actually getting like our second fake spring right now. As a lifelong CM Punk fan, I must say he's fallen. That's fair. So, I know we were talking about this earlier, but I'm probably going to end up picking up the video through Amazon again just because I can throw it on the TV. Yeah, you know what? And this is something that is one of the biggest differences between AEW and WWE. The biggest show of the year for the biggest show of the year for AEW has to include all the greatest matches, and it usually does. All in Texas was. All in Wembley always shows up with some great ones. When you're dealing with WrestleMania now, it's what's going to get you the most moments. Who are the biggest stars facing off? You might not necessarily get the greatest matches in the world, but you're going to get the greatest spectacle. That's a great term that old Vinnie Mac used to use when it comes to wrestling. Would AEW love to get that kind of spectacle? In a way, yes. I think that would be the case. That was nice. Take the grab foot, put him right into a backbreaker. And Nats, you were at 90 degrees today. We hit 33. We're at our warmest that it's been all day, and we are at 33 degrees outside. Or for those in Canada land or pretty much across the world, 1. We are at +1 today, Celsius. We're supposed to get colder for the next 2 days. Of course, the coldest day of the week's the day I actually have to go out and get some shopping done and pick up WWE 2K on Friday. But yeah, this match here, like, I love the fact that Bailey's bringing in something different compared to what Fletcher's used to, what we're used to when it comes to dealing with the TNT title defenses. Because when you're dealing with a guy like Mark Briscoe, most of the time you're getting that slower pace, a little more grinded out, a little more attack on everyone. Sorry, just had a big name flash up on my phone. I got to double check here. Apparently, am you the big name, Jules? You're always a big name, but they were talking more about the aerial assassin, my friend. With basically, Will Ospreay has been working to get cleared. He isn't officially. He hasn't been cleared yet. There ain't no storyline yet. He's working closer to getting cleared, though. And I think you're going to see a lot more involvement on him getting there, with the fact that I want to give a shout out as well, as they're told, yeah. He very well could show up on Sunday and blow the roof off the Kia Center. Or the Crypto.com. Sorry, let me correct myself once again. Because we had that fight last week about this. He could show up just as well. I don't think he needs to because, well, we got Kenny Omega, who, by the way, came out as Alex yesterday at the opening of the show. He got up in the full Alex gear for Capcom Cup in Japan. Jesus! Poison Rana on the apron. Are you kidding me? Like, that's just a little bit nuts. Just saying. I hate it for the fact that I want to see Kirk in the semis, but good on Italy. Good on Italy. They're going to have to take on Puerto Rico, and good luck to them in that one. That's all I can say about that. I don't know how Canada survived that one, but they did. No, I don't think you need to see Will Ospreay this weekend, which usually means by TK standards he'll show up, along with 3 other new signees and whatnot. Hey, Andre, how you doing this, huh? Hope you're doing well tonight. By the way, if you guys are watching on YouTube here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. After you're done here, go check out Andre and AWS's latest review of the Monster Pro Wrestling show from last weekend. So, need to see Ospreay on April 8th. Hey, it wouldn't hurt my feelings to see him in Edmonton. Thanks for reminding me I got to get a ticket yet. But yes, check Andre out. Yeah. Well, as well, you're going to see Andre in the main event tonight on BPW Madness. So he's going to be taking part in a fatal 4-way involving all 4 contenders in the semifinals for the BPW World Championship coming up on Saturday. Main event Andre. Hey, technically he is 1 win away. It's going to be a hard one because he's got to take out Ophelia Payne in the semifinal. But if he can get by Ophelia, it's the winner of Willow Nightingale and Walker Pipe guy in the main event for our first ever BPW World Champion. But there's going to be a lot on the card. You guys get a chance to see it all coming up tonight. I'll just throw this up here right now. If you are interested, this is what's going to be coming up on the draw. For those watching on Twitch, I'm sorry I haven't figured out how to add it over to your side quite yet. We'll figure it out. It's just the ADA map doesn't have much for allowing things to appear and disappear regularly. So, but yeah, that's our main event. That's our card for tonight. we're running a little light on matches. We only got 3 tonight, but they're going to be heavy duty ones. It's going to be a 4-on-4 War Games, a 3-on-3 War Games, and our main event, which is a Fatal 4-Way. Because we got a 7-match card coming up on Saturday, which is going to feed families. And we got a few special announcements to make about the card. Italy has the most homers in the tournament. That doesn't surprise me. 7 matches. No, it's a BPW show. And we have that deal with Tony Khan. If we're going to give you guys a show, a PLE, as they show that Poison Rana again, just going absolutely nuts. My theory is very simple. There's 2 parts to it. One, BPW Rival is considered a PLE for us, a pay-per-view that you don't have to pay for. And I want to make sure everybody gets paid. Yeah, there you go. There's your comment. Yeah, we're getting Willow versus Persephone tonight for the TBS title, and it wouldn't surprise me one little bit if Lena Cross and Megan Bain costed Willow that title. It would not surprise me one little bit if that happened. My God, Fletcher has timing. So if you didn't see the results coming up on Saturday, because Hangman's in the main event against MJF, basically Jet Speed Rodeo is going Mexican. They're bringing in their top gringo Mystico to join up with Bailey and Kevin Knight to take on the new Trios champions in Fletcher, Takeshita, and the big man. Big man Davis. Big bad Davis. Sorry, brain a little fried for half a second there. I was going to call him Doyle, and I'm like, well, no. Jake Doyle's injured right now. Mark Davis is the one that's still alive. Just has the worst luck of the world. Oh, God, there's a lawn dart. Even hearing a man like Don Callis cackle in the background drives me freaking insane at this point. I love how Callis has to remind everybody that he has a bad neck from wrestling. He was actually a fairly accomplished wrestler back in his day. Like, he is one of the key guys that was in the early Death Tours with Tony Condello here in the Manitoba area. If you guys aren't familiar with the Death Tour, it's a van-based tour of all the remote cities in Manitoba, which is our central-most province here in Canada. It's well known because literally the roads don't exist during the summer. And they do travel to some of the most remote and some of the most dark places in Canada to go show off shows. Oh my God, look at the stretch now. What a power bomb. Such great. Just literally up and down and throw them all around. Everyone knows it's Slinky. I love Riccaboni pulling out that quote. That's one of my favorite quotes as a commentator as you're doing it. You literally turn around and say, if you think this is great, see what comes up. See what comes up on Saturday or Sunday. Danielson's moderating it? Okay. You know there's going to be something stupid going on if Danielson's moderating. Because Shivani's not going to get involved in anything that is going to have shenanigans in it. Oh, God bless Riccaboni. Callis hiding behind Riccaboni. What am I going to do? Oh, you're just a human shield. You're fine. He was just looking to hold. We're going to a time limit, aren't we? Maybe not. Oh, no. I know where we're going. And now if he can kick the arms, there's no protection there, right? So that just continues on this story. Mike Bailey, not only being a great wrestler, he is one of the greatest storytellers in terms... I'm just going to shut up. He's out. Two and 99/100 right there. Jesus H. You got to almost feel that this is going to be a time limit out of this. Oh my God, right in the throat. Jesus, what a shot. I love when Fletcher puts a little extra enthusiasm in this. Hey, Zodiac, you got your pack of smokes on you? Because I think you need them here. I want to see Fletcher and MJF now after that little confrontation. And every match that he does is like this. Oh, look out. Okay, that sucked. Oh, counter. Holy crap. We're going counter, 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 counter. I don't think he's ever missed that kick before. Oh, okay. Yeah, this will go to time limit. Not commenting shit hot, man. Yeah. Another eye spot? respectfully, I believe we got a damn it D'Lo kind of night going on here. Oh my God, Meltzer's in the front row. That is a 54-star match. Meltzer's in the front row. It would have been 65 in the Tokyo Dome, but not when Meltzer's in the front row. No, they straight went to commercial even without even seeing anything. Jesus. This is why I want my AEW here in Canada. So I don't have to worry about this bullshit going to commercials the wrong time. The picture going to straight commercial. And I'm going to be straight up. For anybody in Canada that's watching and wondering why we don't have my AEW in Canada, as much as people try to blame TSN for it and Bell Media and whatnot, and yes, that's probably a big part of it. It's also the fact that the CRTC, once again, will probably demand that a channel be established like they did with Canada and the WWE Network. Because the WWE Network had to have a built-in channel to have their online functionality here. And they had to have a certain amount of Canadian content because it's technically a sports channel. And nobody wanted to pay that much to bribe them off. I don't know. But yeah, that's my take on why my AEW isn't in Canada. So, but yeah, this match here, like, fuck. Could you say that the best match of the year might actually be coming up 4 days before the pay-per-view? Maybe. But with Okada and Davis and Takeshita against Knight, Mystico, and Bailey, that might turn out pretty damn hot itself. But speaking of a hot match, Vic, you might want to check out your DMs for House of Glory, because they just announced a huge one coming up this Friday or Saturday. No, next Saturday. My apologies. They got Mina Shirakawa versus Shotzi for the title. Yeah, that's a bit of a winning match too. So, sorry, I know that we should talk a lot. This is the biggest problem with AEW, and it's a good problem to have. That match there between Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher very well could be in the lane of match of the year. But the problem is it's a Kyle Fletcher match, so it's just like, yeah, I don't need to explain that it'd probably be match of the year because it was a Kyle Fletcher match. It's like saying water's wet. So he's just so good on so many levels. It's amazing. Oh, we got an All Right in the Ring match going on. Yep, somebody about to die. Brody about to kill someone. He didn't even wear his gear. He's just wearing his pants. He's not even getting in his gear. This guy looks Oh my God. That guy just took his hairline about 6 inches higher. Yeah, that was about, what, 15 seconds enough? Do we have a standby match for the standby match, folks? Brody broke the #1 rule in wrestling. Always bring your gear. Here he comes. There's a reason you do your promo right there. Yep, there he is. I love the fact that he got a pop for taking his mask off. It's like we all know who it was. This one here will definitely, if you want your you make sure your pasta's Alfredo, not with meat sauce. Swerve just looked. He's like, oh, shit. Well, nobody else getting choked up by that chain anymore. Swerve's definitely winning on Sunday, isn't he? So how's that chain supposed to affect your choke? I can understand if he's going to hit him a few times. Mr. McGee, how you doing here tonight, sir? Pleasure seeing you here. Pleasure seeing everybody here tonight. Everybody filing in. We just ended up in a little quiet spot there right after Brody and Swerve decided to get at it. And, Brody decided to break chain just because he could. Sunday's going to be so much fun. I hope you guys all get an opportunity to stop by and say hello. We are going to be live on YouTube and on Twitch. A very good match and a win. Is that what we're going to get? I assume. So, as we're getting into this match here with Orange and Darby against the Dogs, did anybody get an opportunity to see the interview that the Dogs did with Fightful today? The quote that David Finlay had about why he signed with AEW, not to WWE, as much as Vladdy must have read that. Vladdy decided to go off tonight, Vic. But yeah, the David Finlay said, I didn't make money working with my dad. I made money working with Clark, working with Gabe. Which, as much as we try to say that's the case, honestly, I feel that it is more the truth that Finlay got lowballed by WWE, giving him an eight. Just hit the second inning of giving Dominic Ray 12 home runs. Yeah, there's going to be a fight back and forth. But, well, Italy, 95% of their runs are going to be home runs. At least I find, personally. They're not much of a drive team. They're more of a drive-it-out team. Let's hear it for Team Canada! So, can I say a little bit pissed about Saturday? David Finlay's in-ring debut with AEW was an all-ray in the ring match on Saturday. In a trios match where they obliterated 3 guys in like 4 minutes. You couldn't have made this his debut match? And apparently, I guess TK didn't want to pay for the War Dogs moniker, so they're now just called the Dogs. Also, the fact that, you know, we're dealing with a potential company that owns us that doesn't like the word war in terms of their teams. I have to think there's going to be a match with these guys at Revolution. Whether it be a six-person match with someone. So, once again, we will be here for everything, so make sure... basically everything on the screen... The only thing we're not going to be covering is the countdown show because, well, frankly, we're going to have our PLE going on at the same time. So, this is what I hate about matches like this. Try to keep track of what you're supposed to watch. Darby's never looking for a win. He's looking to not die. Like, let's face it, that's probably one of the biggest things for Darby in a match. If he isn't dead, we're okay. I found it funny, and if you guys haven't checked it out, I do listen to the AEW Unrestricted podcast with Will Washington and Aubrey. And they had the creator of the DC AEW comic on for the show. And he talked about going up to all the wrestlers and talking about their story, like giving them their background and trying to figure out what matchup. And they went to Darby and Darby gave him his story, and they matched him up with Batman. And they asked Darby, what's the one thing that you would like them to do in the comic book that you know they can't do in real life? I believe the exact words from Darby were, can you blow my brains out with a gun?
What the hell is that?
I think he needs a little 9-9 time. Well, great to see Gabe Kidd is in his PG best. So we head into the commercial picture-in-picture here. No, it's I love that Rebsburg now is getting upset that the guy isn't staying in the corner after they've been fighting each other for like 10 minutes. But yeah, as we're going along here, like I wonder what the third person would be. I think Ishii's hurt right now, so I don't know if you want to use him. Briscoe, maybe. Yeah, Ellie, we were talking about that. Meltzer's in the front row tonight, so that Fletcher Bailey match was guaranteed 12 stars. And to be honest, all the PWG shows that that the Bucks held with Ultimo Dragon and whatnot, or Super Dragon, I forget who the owner of PWG was. Forgive me, I'm not a super indie memorable person. Meltzer was always, if not front row, then second row at all those shows. So I'm not surprised. This is his backyard, so why wouldn't he be there? Because I do believe Meltzer is actually based out of San Jose. You see him there with his beer having a good time, which I hope he's enjoying the show. I hope everybody is. I hope all of you are as well. That's one of the things, like, we're talking about me celebrating 15 years this week. One of the things I hated as being a creator at some points there, going to shows, because it got to the point where, and let's face it, I'm not at the same level as any of these guys, and I doubt I ever will be. But I also feel that once wrestlers start to notice that you're the one who's giving an active voice and talking about certain shows, they treat you differently. Whether that be positively or negatively depends on the wrestler and the situation, and depends on you as a content creator on what your ultimate goal in doing stuff is. But you're never treated the same as you normally would be in that kind of situation. So as they're coming back from picture in picture again, just a heads up for those on Twitch, we are getting close to an ad break here. It'll be under a minute until the ad break comes up. We've been ad free for an hour. This crowd's trying to do something about it, but see, if he was smart, he'd tag in Darby. Well, let's take out Kid, and that'll be the mistake. All right, now he needs to make the tag. So, Nats, is there any way that we could get a rain delay and a rain cancellation of the game for oh, what? Davis and Command. Sorry, I was going to throw a bad joke in there, but The retractable roof. Lena Cross and Mina Shirakawa. Let's go. Hey, we get the Bang Bang Gang back on TV. I like this. So for those that don't know, they are actually filming this all tonight. They get a little bit of an advantage here with the fact that, well, local time right now it's 6:10 p.m. for as we're going right now. So they're literally going to be able to tape, and people are going to be leaving by 9 o'clock. You would think Finley would have to get the victory in this match, but once again, last week we thought the Inspiration would get a better show than what they did. Oh God, he spit him in the face. Well, it's not the first time that Darby's been caught in that move. Oh, God. Gabe just said nope. Orange did not get in there in time for the save. Sorry, just sticking to Coke tonight. Stump Dog into a code red. All right, Darby's about to die somehow. Nope. That is a high announce table. I'm actually really surprised that they set theirs up a lot higher than normal. A drop kick off the chair. All right, it's a little different. It ain't worth an ECW chant. Maybe if they threw the chair at him, maybe. Hey, it's Disco Inferno. A tire iron of all things. It doesn't matter. Orange won when he was shorthanded. Irish Curse backbreaker, of course. Oh, God. Dominator into a jumping pile driver. That should be enough. All right, thank goodness that's over. All right, Clark, where are you? It's almost like they want to kill Orange by association. We need to get the Bang Bang Gang up against the Dogs somehow. It's just way too obvious that we need it. Remsburg, don't dive that much. Who? What? Oh my goodness. We got our fourth member. Is Roderick a fourth dog? Or is this a ruse? Really? I don't think he's... I don't know if he's back with Orange, but he's definitely not with the dogs. You're going to stick... Oh my God, he stuck his hand out. And Darby's like... Now, trios match coming up at the show, at the pay-per-view. I think we can pretty much say that's what's going to happen at this point. But... Oh, of course we're going to get the Bucks as our main tonight. I really do hope this press conference lasts maybe about 3 minutes. Of course we're going to get the Bucks as our main event tonight. Why should that not surprise me here? It's in their home area. They're not going to get the main event, the pay-per-view, obviously, so why not do it here? But we're getting Persephone and Willow next. I hope they go long intentionally just for the hell of it. Yeah. But yeah, like tonight's been fun so far. Just some heels winning with a lot of screwy endings. Like every match so far, outside of the already in the ring match, it's been a screwy ending to finish it. Like there's been a theme to all of them. So if we're giving scores to this kind of thing, this is not a match that we can score that way. Because, well, let's face it, you can't have everything finishing the same way. Now, I will take that completely back if we get a Johnny Gargano sighting to finish off Mark Briscoe. And that's how we go off the air tonight. If we get that, I'll just, basically, this conversation didn't happen. But, no, going into Saturday, or into Sunday, sorry, I'm just fired up about the PLE coming up on Saturday. But, makes you wonder what your most anticipated match of the night will be over on Revolution. Because realistically, any match on that card could steal the show. And they still got 4 or 5 matches they still have to announce. I'm assuming that after the women's match here, we're going to get the announcement of a trios match with the dogs against Roddy, Darby, and Orange. We might end up getting the rematch with Cross and Bane taking on Willow and Harley. I would assume they're going to try and get another women's match involved. Because eventually Mercedes is going to have to come back. She's losing titles left, right, and center right now. But she is scheduled to be in Winnipeg the day before AEW is there, so it could be just a coincidence or it could be something important. This is going to be fun. Could you imagine Persephone winning the title tonight? Even if she just, even if it's like a interference spot, which wouldn't surprise me in the least based on everything we've seen tonight. Time to cure the thirst. If we wouldn't have, I would have had beer here tonight, but I just didn't want to. I was busy watching the Canada game, and I didn't get caught up with that. Oh, Riccaboni. Riccaboni right there. Knowing his way to get the wrap in on Willow. If you guys aren't familiar, on Ring of Honor, that's all he used to do is just him and Caprice were just rap the whole song as he comes out. Persephone can throw you. Hey, you know what? Persephone, I know she's prevalent in CMLL rather than in any of the North America or the U.S. or Canadian promotions. But she's from Texas. She speaks fluent English. And just all she's needed was an opportunity. And now that she's got the dual contract with CMLL and AEW, which just got signed just a couple weeks ago, it was I think it was one of the most shrewdest moves of Tony Khan to pick up Persephone in terms of a talent and just being extra cautious after what happened with Stephanie Vaquer. And I'm not putting any shade on Stephanie. She got a deal. She got a deal that she loved, and she took it. And they've done wonders with her. Unfortunately, I think her title reign comes to the end in about a month and a half. Oh, wow. I got to remind myself to pick up a ticket ASAP here. I usually been waiting close to the dates because that little WWE-ism where they drop the price of the tickets close to you get to the date. Good to see you guys tag team it here. As you're about to beat the holy hell out of each other here in I'd say about close to about 50 minutes from now. Inside War Games. Because that will be the match that starts off the evening here for BPW. 4v4 war games. And want to give a shout out as well to Willow, and it's one of the things I'm glad that I got a week off, so I got a little bit of chance to catch up with it. The Eve Pro Wrestling show I heard was absolutely amazing this past Sunday. Now, Alex Windsor is the new New Japan Strong Women's Champion. Willow also defended her title there. Harley had a hell of a performance. I don't want to say a match, because technically on Cage Match you're not allowed to rate that match. Because Willow and Amira officially went in under 6 minutes. So if it's under 6 minutes, you're not allowed to rank it on Cage Match, apparently. All right, that's impressive. Persephone got the strength to lift Willow. Like, honestly, to me, it doesn't feel like a long shot to have Persephone win this. Do I think there should be shenanigans to do it? Yes. If they're going to do it with the fact that Persephone has had maybe a handful of TV shows, not Ring of Honor here in North America, I do feel that I feel that the internet knows about Persephone, but a lot of the fans that are watching don't necessarily know much about her. They're getting a very quick tutorial, which is absolutely great. And I hope that they get to see her a lot more now, but nice flapjack there by Persephone. But I also wonder, where are they exactly going with the tag titles at this point? Are they gonna let Mega Bad finally win the titles, or are they gonna get the Brawling Birds in there to go after it, or are they gonna? Who are the Brawling Birds gonna go after first? Because, well, I don't want to consider it a feud with the Inspiration, because, well, they haven't really established much of anything with the Inspiration at this point. But I think separating the titles between the TBS and the women's tag would actually do a lot to help out with that. And even if you get the TBS title on somebody that isn't as well known in North America, like, let the title be the thing that shows off a little bit. We've had enough established stars actually have it. Like with Jade's run, and then Statlander's run, Monet's run, Nightingale's run. Maybe move it over to somebody like a Persephone and let the title help out with just letting people know that, hey, this is the person that beat Willow for a major championship, and let her run with that. Maybe get that. That'll be the opportunity to get Willow moving up into the world title picture a little bit more. Like, we got we got Tekla and Statlander coming up on Sunday, 2 out of 3 falls. Which I don't think we've had a 2 out of 3 falls match on actual pay-per-view before. We've had Iron Man matches with MJF and Danielson. We had the tag title 2 out of 3 falls in Calgary just over, what was it, 2 years ago? With the Bang Bang Gang and the NFTR.
Great counter by Willow. Willow needed that. Persephone's had the advantage for several minutes straight now. And Willow's got her right shoulder is really hurting her right now. She's hunched over. No, and she pulls Persephone down. And the fight continues here on the floor.
Once again, working over that arm. Spine on the pine. Like, that isn't just a spine. That's like, yeah, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Everything going off off the ground. Oh, they're bringing up the comic. I love it. Now I got some opportunity. I got to order both of those. Yeah, they didn't get exactly the best changeovers between the two. Oh, God. Why would you pin somebody so close to the ropes? Come on, Willow. You know better. At least now we know why. Gonna try and go for the Vader bomb. She was parked way too close for that moonsault. Aubrey showing a little shock on her face. Well, there's a receipt. This crowd's getting into it, and I love it. All right, let's go. Second rope line salt. I'll go with that. Let this go to a time limit draw. I will love that. Careful, Mike. You're going to get another high. Hey, you know what? I'm just loving what's going on out here. That's all. Willow had to readjust there. Her timing coming off the ropes. Always jealous of the West Coast for the fact they get a 5 p.m. start on their pay-per-views. Now she can hit this. I believe she does a senton here. Well, she ain't going to hit nothing now. The Willow's catching up. Oh, no. It looked like Willow was going to try and go for a doctor bomb there. Oh, no. No, can't get it. Just sneaking it out of there. You know what? I don't mind a leverage pin. And this also plays into the fact that Willow is that much of a bigger person compared to what Persephone is because she's got the extra grip on her, right? And Persephone's just equally pissed just for the fact she couldn't get out of that pin. So are we going to go cut to the back, or are we... Like, Persephone has left the ring. And there's Knox trying to stay out of camera shot. So if you didn't watch Collision on Saturday, shame on you, first of all. Second of all, they literally did the Gargano Ciampa breakup after the match was done. They just didn't have the graphic to use to counter it out. So but yeah, this will be a fun match. This is your PWG Spot Fest main event coming up. So, but you know what? We will count this as our main event spot here. So, as per tradition, we do give you a bit of a rundown of what's going to be coming up on the channel. It's going to be a busy week, folks, to say the least here. So, let's bring this up right now. Immediately following a Collision, following Dynamite, we've been talking about this all night long here, that we're getting into war games tonight. We got a 3-on-3 war games, we got a 4-on-4 war games, we have a fatal 4-way with all 4 competitors looking for the BPW world title coming up this Saturday. And we will have the announcement of the final match of BPW Arrival coming up this Saturday. And a little bit of a change to a match thanks to, long story short, I got to clean up Kayla's messes again. So, but also with that being said, this is a big week on the channel regardless. Let me see if I can pull this up here. There we go. We're celebrating 15 years of me being a content creator here with 10 straight days of streams. Glad I can talk straight here. Tomorrow, we're going to get into... hey, Ella, good to see you here tonight. Thank you for the emotes. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a little bit of Tomb Raider. Hopefully, we can get close to finishing that off. Friday, MLB The Show 26 debuts in early access. We will be here. Time TBA because I got to go pick up WWE 2K tomorrow, Friday as well. So... this Saturday, AEW Collision. We will be here for that show, followed by BPW Arrival, our PLE, and our wrap-up of 2K25 for the year. And then Sunday, AEW Revolution. We will be here for the full sidecast and the full lot of fun. Monday, scheduled is MLB 26. We'll see. It's either going to be MLB or it's going to be WWE. We'll figure out as we go. Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, Kenny Omega debuts in Street Fighter as Alex. We're going to give him a shot and see how he feels. Wednesday, we'll be here with AEW Dynamite, and then after the show, we'll figure out where we're going from there. And then Thursday is our story game day, which is pretty much the norm. We'll play it by ear based on how far we get this week. So, got a couple things on the agenda there, so... if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe if you can. It helps out. Let other people know about us. If you're on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. And we got Willow screaming again. And Harley. Harley looks like she needs some more sleep. Either that or she got beaten up pretty good last week. All right, I'll take that if we can get it on Saturday. But yeah, if you're watching over on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button. And if you like what you see, consider subscribing. Prime subs are free. We will have a gift sub deal on groups of 5 subs coming up this Saturday or this Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. What the hell? During BPW Arrival as well as during Revolution. So. And Briscoe's just trying to show up one bicep, just trying to keep up. And you know what? With this great card here, we forgot that FTR, the Bucks, are having their title match. That's going to be a lot of fun, too. And we know it's going to be good. We just got to know, like, where do they go from where they've been already? There's been enough time in between, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but... So I don't think we're going to get extra shenanigans because they're not closing the show out. It's so funny. Everybody wants to cheer this entrance, and nobody. They want you to hate him, but he's just too damn good. Now, do we get Ciampa and Briscoe at the pay-per-view? That's the question here. Oh, yeah, you know, this is a Rick Knox thing. We're just going to have everybody go crazy right off the start here. This match isn't going to start, is it? So, Chad, I do have to ask you, because it is a legit question here. With Stand and Deliver for NXT, their big show of the year, officially being announced that they're moving it to YouTube for April 4th, does that give you more of an incentive to watch? Personally, I don't think there's going to be much of like it's not going to really shade my thoughts about watching it or not. No? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we're just going to have like, we actually had the bell rung when people weren't even in the ring. You know what's bad now if they go over time? Nobody's going to give two shits about the press conference. There's no reason to go over time when you're dealing with a press conference like this. They're not going to leave you with anything any more memorable than you're going to see on Saturday. People that are going to watch the show are already hooked in. I don't really see there being anything too spectacular in this to finish off. Just seeing people still gush over the Bailey Fletcher match. Which I would call it a perfect match just except for the ending. The only reason I like the ending of that match is the fact that it gives us a reason to do it again. Until we get a definite winner, right? Oh, looks like... Oh, Meltzer's in the crowd. You might as well choose the Meltzer driver at least once. Cash, if you know it's coming, why don't you just get off the top? Yes, Big Daddy Dave is in the front row. They showed him during the Fletcher Bailey match when they were on the outside. Yeah, well, it is his home, right? So it makes sense that Big Daddy Dave would be there. And everybody's dead at ringside. Shivani says is their final break. I call bullshit. However, if they do the press conference in the back and it's a pre-tape, I will be more than happy for it. For the fact that they could get through it quickly. One thing I found about the promos, especially with MJF, you have them as pre-tapes. They work actually not bad. You do it live, they go a little long and they drive you a little nuts. But as we're going here, like, I can just imagine, like, behind the scenes with these guys, like, they're probably having the time of their lives right now, hanging out and watching this match. Or just participating in this match, sorry. These 6 guys know each other so well. I know it's a little weird for people that aren't involved in wrestling to understand that, I want to beat the living shit out of you. No, I want to beat the living shit out of you. Oh, here we go. Oh. But it's weird because, you'll never see Mark Briscoe in a 2-on-2 tag match ever again. If you guys aren't familiar, when his brother Jay died, he made the commitment that he's no longer going to participate in tag matches 2-on-2 with anyone ever because it's his tribute to his brother. That doesn't stop him from doing 6-man tags, 8-man tags. I will say it does suck that network executives robbed AEW fans of the Briscoes for as much as they did. Because for those that aren't familiar, Jay did have some inflammatory stuff come up on his socials and some comments that he made in the past that certain executives couldn't get past. So sort of the similar situation that they had with Trey Miguel. And that's why Trey was no longer, like, he had a contract that it got taken away, sort of like Max Crosby with the Ravens. Had a contract guaranteed, was laid in shade, and all of a sudden new details come up, and the Ravens said, we're not going to do that anymore. Willow versus Lena on 0 Hour. Okay. I thought we were going to do tag titles. Willow's working twice. Shit. If there was ever a spot to do the, remember the crossover with Jet Speed and FTR where they bled into the pay-per-view? Oh, God. And there's the trios match we talked about. And the Blackjack and Hookers Battle Royal. I'm pretty sure there'll be hookers at ringside, right? Blackjack and Hookers. Or maybe that's just the Gates of Agony. I don't know, maybe. All right, here comes the multi-spot. I'm glad they got the camera view. It's a little weird. I don't know if they got a crane cam there or they have a steady cam over the top. It's going to look really weird over the next few weeks here. Just for the fact that we've worked so many years with, oh God. I love that Riccaboni remembers all the moves that that the Briscoes used to do in ROH, so Riccaboni could bring them up in matches like this. Well, you got your table. It's outside right now. Oh, here we go. Cash Wheeler to play the part of Johnny Gargano. Well, that worked out well. That's why you need Gargano here instead. I love when he makes that throw. It's like, hey. You got to think the Bucks will get the win at home. Briscoe going to hit the froggy ball out of this? Okay, we're gonna get a screwy finish, aren't we? Here we go. Jay Driller attempts. Gonna get blocked into something. Ciampa's getting the win. Oh, there's your shatter machine. They're gonna let Ciampa get the win on this? Nope, never mind. They were trying to get Ciampa the win on that, but Stokely having an aneurysm in the wheelchair is always great. They didn't need that anyway, did they? Those stream decks are... Because that was a control board. That wasn't a monitor. Those hurt even more. Mexico really laid it in. Yeah. Kirk wanted to get back to spring training. That's all it was. There's the block, the air raid crash, and the running knee. All right, we might get close to on time, depending how much MJF decides to open his mouth tonight. He has a pitching staff to lead to the World Series. Absolutely. Thanks for reminding me, PJC. I got a soundbite I got to get done before Friday. So before Friday's stream, I got to get it ready here. So. Ciampa, look at the layout. Damn. You mean he had to be a face for a number of years, huh? I love how Riccaboni says the company won't give us a commercial break to fix this. Air raid crash through the table or the chairs. You can even tell the audio guys are like, yeah, don't wrap this up. We got to go. I almost think that Ciampa actually is very thankful for Briscoe for the fact that he's going to let him be who he thinks he's going to be. They got to kick these guys out of the ring and get the table set up here pretty quick, right? All right, we're getting the final segment. Okay, so they're. I love the fact they're going back to the old stories of these guys. Like, do we really need this segment right now? No. I'll be the first to admit it. However, we if you're gonna have it, this is how you do it, right? Bring back the full story. Let everybody know what it's all about. Let them know what the story of this match is. It's interest. It's a really interesting story if you go through it. Like, who is the real main character of the real main character of AEW? Is it Tony Storm? Is it Hangman Page? Is it MJF? And realistically, there is no right answer. Is it somebody like a Swerve Strickland? MJF main character? There are many cases for that. There are many cases for Hangman as well, with the storytelling, the way it goes through. John Moxley, in many senses, could be mentioned as a main character as well. And I mean John Moxley as in, what were the differences between Moxley and Dean Ambrose as he came across the control of his character? Like, we could go through everybody when it comes to talk about the main character of AEW in a lot of ways. Darby for the spirit of never dying.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AEW Revolution press conference. I just want to thank you
Is this, I sincerely wonder, is this to mock WWE?
AEW World Championship match for Revolution. First, I would like to introduce the challenger, former AEW World Heavyweight Champion, and who is putting, if he loses this match, does not get another opportunity at the AEW World Championship, Hangman Adam Page.
See, if this is a press conference, nobody's allowed to clap.
And lastly, introducing the current AEW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. All right, now if anybody from the press has any questions, I'd like you to raise your hand. All right, go ahead.
Now, do they bring Meltzer into this segment? That's the question right now.
Last week, MJF cost you and Jet Set Rodeo the trios belts. Going in,
Because you got to figure that they probably have all the extras doing the reporter spot here. Demetrius Johnson, okay.
For the first ever time, AEW Revolution this Sunday, and it's this time they're watching you guys' match, Texas Death Match. What do you want them to leave with? Yeah, I'll start with that. What I want them to leave with is understanding that I'm a real professional wrestler. The fact that I have to be involved in a matchup like this is both sickening and stupid. But at the end of the day, what I am is a winner, and that is precisely what's going to happen. I'm going to be leaving with the AEW World title on March 15th.
All right. How could that be worse than burning a person's building down? I really wonder what's going to happen in this match. This whole crowd doesn't give a shit. Okay. Oh, God, Denise is there. Okay. This is 10 minutes of stuff that I don't want to turn the TV off, but you know what I mean? Like, if we don't get to the point on this, oh God, here we go. Splash the beer, beat the shit out of each other, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah, we knew this was coming. And this is how we go off the air. Ugh. All right, well, that guy's going to be famous. I love how Riccaboni just mentioned, don't forget it's going to be a Texas death match. So I said, oh, yeah, don't forget, it's going to be a Texas death match. And here come the Rent-A-Cops. And all of them bump and feed. Let's go. And he just loaded up the ring. You could see him. You could see Maxwell loading the ring. shit. All right, barbed wire. Good thing MJF's wearing a suit tonight. And MJF hits the bricks. We knew this is what's going to happen. Does this segment sell more tickets? I'll be honest, I don't think so. They've told the story. Like, don't get me wrong, the story's there. As we fade to black. All in all, a really great show, and the story of AEW continues. The matches are amazing. The promos are like, just get this promo out of the way. Let's keep going. And yeah, that's what ends up happening here. And but yeah, this backstage thing, you take that out of the mix, and this might be one of the greatest shows that they've had. Okay, I got to do some cleaning out according to my Xbox here, but we're going to wrap things up here momentarily. For those on... Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself here as I'm excited about what we're going to have tonight. For those over on YouTube, we're going to be wrapping things up here for you for the night. Join us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, as we get into Backbreaker Pro Wrestling here tonight. We have 3 big matches on tonight, 2 War Games matches, followed by our Fatal 4-Way main event involving all 4 people looking for the Backbreaker Pro World title this Saturday. And we're going to announce our final match on the Arrival card. And I think a few of you in the chat here are going to want to know all about it, because I'm pretty sure I saw 5 people that are involved in it tonight. But with that being said, those on YouTube, once again, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, tell all your friends. And we will see you here Saturday for AEW Collision. And then this Sunday for AEW Revolution. In the meantime, take care, everybody. And